Hey everyone, quick demo on how you can use the ElectricSQL sync engine to sync data from Postgres into the Cloudflare workers key value store. So it's a very common problem that you have some data in Postgres, but you want it somewhere else. So in this demo, your Cloudflare workers need to access data about organizations in your app as they're doing rate limiting for API calls based on the plan the organization is in. So enterprise get tons of API calls, free, you don't get very many, and so on. So there's a few ways that you could handle this. So workers could query the data, the organization data, every time they run, but that's really slow for because they're on sort of the critical path of the API call. You could query data and then cache it inside the worker, but then that raises the question, of course, of how do you know when to invalidate the cache when there's update to the data in Postgres. And so sync engines like Electric, they're sort of a systematic fix to these sorts of, I want an up-to-date copy of some data from Postgres in this other system. And so Electric lets you subscribe to what we call shape, which is basically a table with a where clause. And then any changes to the database, like within that shape, will be sent to the subscribers. So in this demo, I'll show how to sync organization data to Cloudflare's key value store. So here there's two files. The one on the left here is sort of the syncing code, and then the one on the right is the workers code. And so you can see here the syncer code. It sets up what we call a shape stream, and subscribes to the Electric server for the organizations table, and then it subscribes, and then it's passed an array of sort of messages, which are basically the operations that are happening in Postgres related to that shape. And then it does a bit of transformation so that it'll work nicely within the key value store, and then it posts the data to the worker. So the worker takes these posts, and then it basically says, for an insert, insert it in. If there's an update, merge it with the old value, and then put that in. And there's delete, then delete that organization from the key value store. And then for the demo purposes, when there's a get, we just sort of return the data. So if we try this, just an empty array. So let's add some data. So this is PSQL connected to my local Postgres instance. So if we insert in some organization data and then run this again, voila. Now the worker has these three organizations in its key value store. So yes, then if we have an update, we're going to set Tech Innovators Inc. Phone number to this new number. So over here you can see right here it is 1234, and now it'll be 4321. Very good. Run that, and then refetch there, and that is 4321. So that updated. And then finally, if we delete an organization, we want the worker to immediately block the org from accessing the API. So we delete green solutions. They're in breach of contract. And now they're gone. There's just two organizations left. So very nice. So in 50 lines of code, you can now sync data from Postgres into Cloudflare key value store. And of course, anywhere else you want a copy of, up-to-date copy of some data, you can use the ElectricSQL engine to do that. Feel free to reach out. Happy to chat about Electric, and if you have any interesting use cases, especially interested in helping you explore those, and do a POC.